Hey everybody, good afternoon. Sean Hood, Realtor with Coldwell Banker King Thompson here in Central Ohio. And today we're talking with Dave Summers, branch manager for Envoy Mortgage here in Powell, Ohio. Dave has been in the mortgage business for 18 years. And so we wanted to ask him some of the common questions that we hear from clients working through the mortgage process. So Dave, one of the most common questions we get or deal with is, what is a pre-qualification or what is a pre-approval?
Yeah, well, Sean, hey, thanks for having me on this segment. And to answer your question, there is a big distinction between pre-approval or pre-qualification and what we like to do, which is a full underwrite. When we consult with a client, our goal is to get their documents. We want to verify their income is correct. We want to make sure they have enough assets for their closing. So we'll do a full-fledged underwrite to make sure they're approved by underwriting. And that's a huge importance, especially in this competitive market.
Okay, so why does a client need a pre-approval in general? And can you also touch on why it's really important here in the Columbus real estate market right now?
Yeah, so to kind of work backwards, so it's a very competitive market, which means you have a lot of buyers, not a lot of sellers. So the inventory is light, so you gotta be prepared as a buyer. When you do a pre-approval, you're not only just confirming you're eligible, but the lender has the opportunity of going over options with you, letting you know what you might be eligible for, talking about down payment or maybe down payment assistance, quantifying what payments go with what purchase prices. All that's important because you're being educated and prepared. It doesn't matter if it's your first house, second house, third house. You really need to know and talk to a lender so you have comfort before you go out and start looking for a home and finding that perfect house.
All right, Dave, so Envoy is a mortgage lender. That's not a bank. So what differentiates a mortgage lender from a bank?
Yeah, I get that question a lot from clients. The difference between a bank and a mortgage lender, we're also known as a mortgage banker. Banks have depositories. They have assets, checking, savings. Whereas a mortgage lender, all we do is mortgage. We help people buy homes and refinance homes. That's what we specialize in. There's also a difference between a loan officer at a bank. Typically, they just need to be registered or with the National Mortgage Licensing System. With a mortgage lender, we have to be licensed. So we go through classes, we take continuing education every single year. So really, we are specialists in lending, and that's exactly what we do.
Okay, thank you. And lastly, you said one of the most common questions you hear from clients is, what is the down payment going to be? So can you expand on that a little bit, please?
Yeah, certainly. So there's a distinction between down payment, which is really the percentage you're going to pay down off your purchase price. Okay. And what really matters is what your cash to close is. So when we're running through an estimate with a client, we're looking at title fees, we're looking at prepaids, which are for escrows and for home insurance. We want that client to know what their cash to close is going to be, not just their percentage of down payment.
Right, because the cash to close is going to be more than the down payment. More
than the percentage down, you're correct.
Great. Thanks a lot, Dave, for giving us some of your time today and giving us your expertise on the mortgage process. So if clients want to get a hold of you and are looking to buy a house this year, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so they can find me online at Envoy Mortgage, search for Dave Summers, or the information at the bottom of this segment is my phone number. Contact me anytime, send me a text. I'm ready to assist you and looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot, Dave. And I'm Sean Hood, Realtor with Coldwell Banker King Thompson and the Home with Hood team here in Central Ohio. And remember to buy or sell your home with Hood.